Hello everybody, this is Kelman and this is the next installation of the Let's Play that I'm doing of the game Towns. A few things that have happened since the last episode. Instead of having you guys sit through the monotony of me telling my workers to go over here and chop down a mountain that was previously over here, I did that in between. It took about 8 days, and we ran into a little famine in the beginning because I sent all my workers over to do that, and they forgot that they needed to make food, and then yeah, everyone was really hungry, so I had to do some quick thinking, and I think we ate some of those dreaded pears for a couple days, which they didn't mind too much. I don't know. I'm an apple kind of guy. I'm all about the apple pies, as you can tell. Pretty much on a staple diet of apple pies at this point. And I also, in the process of chopping down that mountain and kind of just watching everything unfold, I learned where all of these bones are coming from. Actually, my cows are starving. You can see in the top left it says cows have starved, pig is starved, chicken is starved. And it turns out that the cows are riding the fence. They're actually up here. So I'm going to have to put another layer up here and find out how to feed them. Because I don't know. I'm guessing it has something to do with wheat. It has to. Um, if you go to priorities, feeding animals are actually a priority. So it's at the bottom of the list because I'm really not making any apple pie or meat pies yet. But eventually that should become a priority. That'll come a little later though. All right, so as I was saying over here, I did chop down that mountain. So what we're going to be doing in this episode, hopefully, is starting the construction of the wall, which will be really interesting, and then chopping all of this down, mining all of this, and then making this into a underground mine. We're going to venture underneath and into this unknown here. So that's what I'm going to start by doing. We still no citizens came during that little hiatus that we took in between the games, which is kind of sad. I would like to have some more citizens to kind of boss around, but as it stands, I just don't. I don't have any more. Oh, and another thing. So this human remains are now purged human remains, and I looked it up, and since version 10 of the game, purged human remains will no longer spawn ghosts. So looks like our little wooden soldier is gonna have to go and boss people around without worrying about the ghost anymore, which is nice. That's really good actually. Okay, so we took that out. Let's just keep mining this all the way down to the ground level, and then from there we're just gonna dig right down because this wall is going to take a ton, and I mean a ton of stone, as you can see. Like, uh, it just every single wall takes one piece of the stone, and it's just gonna take forever. Okay, let's keep doing that. Keep doing that. I really don't know what type of wall I want to put up yet. I don't think just a normal wall. I don't think brick. I'm really not sure. Okay, one thing that we can do though in the meantime is last time when we were building this dark wooden fence, we ran into not having enough carpentry benches because for each wall piece you need one person on a carpentry bench, and something that'll make it so this next production goes by a heck of a lot faster. I'm gonna make 3 more. I want to make a lot, and that'll make it so we can just constantly be pumping out those stone walls, so we can just finish this in hopefully no time at all. All right, one more level. There we go. That should be ground level, and then we'll start digging underground. This mine over here, though, is going to actually, in the end, I plan on having this inside the city walls, which probably isn't going to be good. So later on, I'm gonna close up this mine, make it old, and then probably start one a little just outside of the city walls, over here somewhere. Yeah, somewhere over here. Okay, okay. Last one. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a little stockpile over here of just raw materials. A little stockpile right over here, raw materials. So they're actually going to pick up all of these. They're going to pick up all of these, all the stone, all this mud, and there's a lot of mud. Chopping down a mountain. I'm sure if any of you have played Minecraft, you know that it just leaves you with a ton of resources. I mean, just an absurd amount of resources, and that's kind of what we ran into here. And it looks like, as I can see, people aren't eating. So one thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make one of these people who's over here right now. Arabelle. We're gonna make Arabelle into our. Here she is. We're gonna go to jobs, and we're gonna make her into She's going to not do anything besides baking and gathering. So she's going to be our little cook. Maribel the cook. You know, that has a ring to it, I think. Maribel the cook. So what she's going to do is while everyone else is working, and while everyone else is over here gathering and building this wall that's going to take forever, it's going to be huge. She's going to actually be cooking and making these pies. Um, okay. And another thing that I found out is you can change the game speed. So I'm playing it above what I used to be playing it at. I think that it starts out normal is 3. I'm gonna be playing it at 4 just so we can get a little bit more done in every episode because we're kind of moving a little slow. So all right, right now they're just finishing this little hill that I took out, and they're actually making a little stockpile over here. Pretty much all I want over here though are these stone. That's the important bit. And as you can see, they are fulfilling that. Okay, so we have a bunch of pigs and cows and stuff, but a problem that we're running into, other than our villagers starving and moving really slow, um, they are the problem that they're running into is that the cows and stuff are dying, and they still don't have beds. So they should be fine though. Their happiness really isn't high, which isn't really that fantastic. I'd like it to be a little higher. Probably after we start the wall, I'll maybe I'll take a couple minutes before the next episode and just kind of let the game run for a couple days. And your villagers really get happier once they're just kind of sitting around being lazy. So I might just let them sit around and be lazy for a sec. Okay, and Arabelle's doing a fantastic job keeping everyone full. As you can see, I don't see anybody. I see one person who's kind of hungry, but besides that, everyone else is doing fantastic. Uh, our cows and stuff, as you can hear by those noises, those really grotesque noises, we pretty much have an entire wall here that is just full of dead animals. It's really sad. Maybe I'll move that up. All right, I'm gonna move up. No, no, I have too many right now. Eventually, I'm gonna move that up. Right now, we're just gonna have to kind of withstand the noises. It's kind of gross, but hopefully we can make it. Um, Okay, and how's our little wooden soldier doing? He actually doesn't. I'm gonna turn him into a citizen. You can turn him back and forth into citizen and soldier, citizen and soldier. So I'm gonna turn him back into a citizen just so that we have 10 citizens, just so he can actually get some jobs done too, and that'll make it. See, now he's actually he's hating everything. You know, he has to move blocks now, and he's not too happy about that. But he'll live. Okay, so we're gonna go to walls. We're gonna go to stone walls. And now I'm thinking, what do I want my wall to be made out of? I think just gray flag. And then, yeah, there we go. We're just gonna do this. I'm gonna make it one away from the wall. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna make it 3 wide, but I'm gonna leave the middle empty. The middle's just going to be just it's just gonna be empty. There's not gonna be any stone in there, just to save resources. So now the next thing that they're gonna be doing after I put that, all right, it's number 6. 6 on wall construction is number 6. Is it? It is above hauling. Okay, there we go. We already have our first 2 segments of the wall coming. There we go. See, there's one thing that you can press over here that flatten blocks. See, you can flatten them. Or what I like to do is flatten blocks near the cursor. So if I go away with my cursor, nothing happens. But as soon as I get there, it goes down, which is kind of nice. Near like trees and stuff, I can see through the forests, which just makes it a heck of a lot easier. Okay, so they're going over there. We have a pretty decent construction rate on this wall. I'm really impressed. I'll probably make it 3 high. Nothing too impeccable, but nothing too impenetrable, not impeccable. Okay, and I'm not gonna chop down this mountain over here. Just it's not really worth the time. So I'll probably end the construction just before it. Like probably at this little yellow flower. That's where we'll end it. So I'll bring it all the way up here. It's kind of in a straight line. It's kind of gonna be just a square, and then we'll bring it all the way over here and end, and then we'll have our little gatehouse right over here, kind of where we were thinking last time. I might have to chop down this mountain though. I'll probably do that before the next episode. Hopefully, yeah. All right, yeah, I'll do that before the next episode. This mountain will get chopped down. That'll be a couple days, and then hopefully in that time while we're chopping down the mountain, we can get some new citizens, and that'll just kind of streamline the whole process. Okay, so now that we have part of it built, I'm just going to keep extending. I'm not going to add onto this yet, like make 2 or 3 up yet. I'll do that later on. So I'm going to bring it all the way down here to this little yellow. There's where the yellow is. Okay. So it's about right here, I think. One more. Okay. So we need one more gray right there. Okay, and as they're doing that, I'm going to see how everything else is doing. We still have a lot of bones over here, and we've actually filled this entire stockpile up with bones, which is not good. That's really, really sad. I kind of miss some of the cows now. I know I was ripping on the cows all these couple episodes, but kind of missing them. These new guys, these new cows just aren't as cool as the last cows. The last cows just they didn't give any shits. They just kind of they roamed where they wanted to. These guys, I mean, they're too timid. They're afraid to jump over the fence. I mean, oh well, we have one. Okay, okay. So we still have people starving, but we have Maribel, I believe, Arabella. Excuse me, yeah, Arabella, who is actually cooking everyone apple pies still, which is nice. But the other nine are hard at work. I mean, they're superhuman strength. They can just pick up an entire block by themselves. And this guy's sprinting. I mean, he's just so happy to be doing this job. Um, he was a farm boy back in his old town. I mean, all the girls picked on him. He really just didn't have any fun. So he's really happy to be part of this founding kingdom. He's really ecstatic to be part of this. And you see, he went back to his farm roots. He picked a piece of wheat. He might miss it a little bit. He doesn't say it though, but I can tell a little bit, you know. Okay, so one thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell them to harvest everything from here all the way over, just so we can harvest from here all the way over. So we're one shy of where we want to be. That's fine. Okay, and then I'll harvest that too. Okay, so I'm gonna tell them to build one more gray flagstone right there, and then I'm going to have them bring it all the way over here. And that'll be good for right now. We'll finish this little segment of the wall, and that'll make it good for now. Good for now. Okay, okay, okay. Eventually I might make it so there's like little ramparts on the top. Maybe the middle of the top will be like wood, something wood. That'll make it look neater. Yeah, and we have plenty of wood, so maybe I'll just make it like this wooden block or something. I'll figure something out. Just to kind of make it a little bit more medieval. That's kind of what we're going for. It doesn't look like these guys can have guns or anything, so it's looking kind of medieval to me, you know. I don't know about you guys. Fruit fulfilled, mix fulfilled. Oh, so he is happy with what we've been feeding him. Arabelle is a fantastic cook. Everyone's happy. She's the rave around the town. Everyone's saying how great of a cook she is. Aelith even loves her, and Aelith's a little bitch. She hates everybody else. But Arabella, she's a big fan of Arabella. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Literally, that's literal right now. Okay, so people are literally sleepwalking. Gregory is he just he just can't stop working. He just loves this place. He loves Kelmenville so damn much. He just cannot stop working. It's okay. Go to bed. Go to bed, Gregory. We'll finish without you, you lazy bum. Okay, and okay, so this purged human remains. I'm gonna have to start. I might do it underground. I'll make a little catacomb eventually, and we'll put all of the human remains. And I think you can make some really interesting. Great. See, look, elf tomb. So I mean, you can do some pretty awesome stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna make a bunch of tombs, and I'm gonna do that. Well, I really wow. It's Punchwood tomb, Sip's tomb, Vetch's tomb. See, there's a bunch. Some of these people I actually don't know what they do. I didn't play whenever the herbalist was around, and I think that might just be it. Vetch, I don't know what a Vetch's is. Um, but the elves just definitely rock things. I mean, if you've ever watched Lord of the Rings, you just know that you just don't fuck with elves because they will just mess your day up. Okay, so Arabella is doing a decent job of cooking. However, she is we got some hungry people, Arabella. You need to kind of speed it up a little bit. Um, but our wall construction is going pretty well. We have a ton of mud hanging out. This is like we have stockpiles full of mud. I think you can make glass out of mud. I don't know. Whoa, somebody just died. I don't know where she died. Should probably check that out. She is starved. She's literally starved. Okay, so we need one more cook. Arabella, I mean, you're good and everything, but why don't we get Aelith to help you out? So you're gonna do that because we just can't. We don't have enough people to be able to afford starving. Starvation just is not an option for us right now. God damn it, Arabella. You had one job. You had one job. All right, you had two. You had to get the food and then cook it. Uh, that's really sad. Who did we lose? Who did we lose? Mirel. We lost Mirel. And now we have another corpse over here, which means that if our citizens go over here, they're gonna die. Arabella, you little bitch. Okay, that's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. I got that out of my system. Um, everyone's upset. I mean, everybody is really, really upset that had to happen. I guess Mirel kind of had it going. I think she was the one that hated. She was the one that hated. She was even carrying stone. That's how serious she loved this place. She was just a diehard fan. So proud. She wrote letters back to her home. I mean, hey, we're founding a kingdom. I'm gonna be like the queen. She was pretty ambitious. Okay, so we're gonna have to probably move that over here next to the purged human remains fairly soon, so that we don't get a ghost. Because I still want Tyron the Terror to work on the wall. I mean, it's a manual labor. We'll do him some justice. So we need to make it so he doesn't need to be a soldier again. Because if we get ghosts roaming around again, we're just gonna need a protector, and that's kind of where Terran comes in. Okay. That's kind of sad, though. I mean, I always hate it when a townie dies, especially this early. We lost another townie. This is becoming the famine. Malkin, weren't you a cook? No, Aelith, and I cannot believe that this is happening. The famine of day 3. That's just kind of where we're at. She was sleeping. She died while sleeping. She died while sleeping. Let's see how everyone else is doing food-wise. Turns to eat 0. Turns to eat. He has ways. Turns to eat almost 0. 0. Almost. So people are getting pretty hungry. We have about 3 people that just need to eat, or else they're probably going to be the next to die. We have some apple pies hanging out on the ground, though. So we have 2 apple pies. They should eat. They should be fine. Hopefully the famine is over. We really don't have that many people that we need to feed. I think that she's going to be the next to die. Who is it? Arabella, the cook. The cook needs to eat, or else she's gonna die. That's just there's an apple pie on the ground for you. She definitely needs to eat. Come on, Marabella, do it. Oh, there we go. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, so this is just the famine of episode 3, day 22. We lost 2 people in a day. It's rough for morale. That actually does bring your town's morale down a lot. But I think we're gonna move through this. Um, Mirel and Aelith, I think, was the other one who died. Malkin, Mirel and Malkin. I think that we're gonna give them some pretty joyous burials, and then we can move on. We really need this moved though. Human remains, because eventually they will just spawn ghosts, which will just kind of eat all of our townies, and that's not good for anybody. Needless to say, that is just not good for anybody. Okay, so as we're standing, one of them still in their bed. The body is still in bed, and we just haven't gotten around to doing it. Haven't gotten around to taking her out. Okay, so we started on the wall. We have a pretty good start. I think we lost a lot of people for this. Before this next episode, like I said, I'm going to be taking down this mountain and waiting for some of the other villagers to come. Oh, thank God. All right, so we moved one of them over there. We're going over to move the second one. Hopefully a ghost doesn't spawn in a route, because that would just be really sad. Okay, so I think that that's a decent place to stop. for the episode. We've gotten a few things accomplished, but I think that we've had a couple tragedies. We've had a couple tragedies. Malkin and Muriel they'll be missed. Okay, well, tune in next time, guys, and I will finish the construction of the wall, and hopefully we can get this body picked up because that would be fantastic. All right, thanks for tuning in. Tune in next time.